Hey Peach, how are you doing? Hey, I'm so glad you hopped on. I remember you telling me that you sent me an email. For some reason, I didn't get it. Did you end up sending that email? I might have to check again. I checked that night and I didn't see it. Okay, yeah, sure. All of my contact and social media information too should be in my About Me section on my page, just in case you ever forget. Perfect, thank you. Go ahead with your questions. All right, let's dig deep here. Does RS want to see Peach? Yes or no? Does RS want to see Peach? Yes or no? We have a yes. Another confirmed yes. Let's figure out why does RS stay away from Peach? Why does RS stay away from Peach? We have the family card. The family, the Ten of Pentacles again came up for you. Why does RS stay away? Follow your intuition. We also have the Sun card, which plays on success, wanting to feel successful, wanting to feel their best self, wanting to feel most of vitality, the most positive, wanting to feel their best self here. And then follow your intuition on that. The High Priestess is all about your higher power. You may be more tapped in a little bit psychically. A lot of times when the High Priestess comes up, it's saying that you might pick up on energies, that you might know things claircognizantly that you maybe not realize, or maybe you do know. That there's some inner knowings going on, that you're actually receiving some messages. And this is almost like an inner conscious, like a subconscious way, like an intuitive way. And so it's saying to focus on these messages that are coming through, not out of fear, not out of ego, but out of love, the things that are coming through to you. But we also have the Ten of Pentacles, which is that family card, but it's also about wealth and wanting to build that success, especially coming out right on top, because these kind of fell out together, wanting to feel their best. This is almost setting it up to making me feel like he's kind of still in that energy of just not feeling his best self just yet. You said you think he blocked you? Let me see. Why does RS stay away from Peach? 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 Here we go. Why does RS stay away from Peach? This card flew out of the deck like across my table. This is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is all about going within, contemplating, recuperating, kind of taking time for yourself and going within. You get that he wants to see you. You won't make a move. You can't see why he won't reach out. I know. I don't understand why he won't reach out either. He's like in this energy of this Four of Swords. Why won't RS reach out to Georgia Peach? Why does he stay away? Why? So the Knight of Cups fell in reverse. We also have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. He's just not feeling romantic, not feeling lucky. There might be some insecurities there, possibly. I wonder if maybe... I wonder if there's some advice cards in our Whisper of Love. I'm almost getting the sense of maybe he's starting to kind of go within. He's starting to kind of hermit a little bit. And I'm wondering if maybe we should see... I wonder if there's some insecurity there within himself. I mean, we already know that there kind of is an insecurity a little bit because he's trying to build that life, right? He doesn't want to approach you or be in that space with you until he feels like he's good enough. So there's that insecurity. He's going within. He's not feeling romantic. He's not feeling very lucky because in the reverse of these, this is like the epitome of romance. This is the epitome of that, you know, romantic card, knight in shining armor card. And the Wheel of Fortune is all about being in your luck. Just the, you know, and the thing about the Wheel of Fortune, though, is it can mean that your luck is turning around. This card is good, I feel like, no matter how it comes out, up in reverse or upright. But I just feel like that's kind of where he's at right now, is he's just trying to figure out how to turn his luck around. I'm going to see if we have any advice cards here. maybe how you can approach the situation with RS. How can RS handle the situation, or how can Peach handle the situation with RS? How can Peach handle the situation with RS? How can Peach handle and approach the situation with RS? You try to reach out to him to assure it's okay. What does he say to you? Is he reciprocative? Is that the word? Does he reciprocate? Is he responsive? How can Peach? Because what I'm getting right now is he's not really in the headspace for a relationship. He really has these feelings for you. He really wants this with you, but there's something stopping him. Well, it's saying keep that heart space there, Peach. It's saying the only thing that's real is love. Shift your focus back to love. So as soon as you said, I tried to reach out to him to reassure him it's okay, the advice is to, you said no response. Okay. So it's saying to keep that heart space. The heart of the matter. There's more going on than meets the eye. So it's saying approach the situation with love and care. Be patient with him. Don't feel like you need to rush the situation. Understand that his feelings are maybe on a different timeline than you. There's more going on than meets the eye, which I'm sure that you knew intuitively. I'm sure that you knew there had to have been something else that's going on. We've been doing a lot of these readings. These cards are saying that he has feelings for you. It's very apparent. It's like every time I do these cards, it's like, yes, there's something there. He has feelings for you, but there's something stopping him, right? There's something blocking him. And it's like, what are the odds this card's going to come out and say that there's more going on here? We know that there's more going on here, but this is just confirmation of that. So to say what it is, it's hard to say specifically, but I will say he's feeling unlucky. He's not really feeling romantic. He's not really feeling his most confident. He's kind of going within himself and kind of taking time for himself. And to be completely honest with you, that's enough for somebody to not be reaching out. I mean, it doesn't really have to be that there's anything about you specifically, or there doesn't have to be this completely traumatic event, or it doesn't have to be about one specific, or that there's somebody else. Sometimes it can just be matter of fact that this person just isn't feeling 100% about themselves, and they just aren't in that mind frame to, pursue a relationship. You said you kind of want to leave it alone. It's too many unknowns. I get nothing from him, so I feel like he doesn't love me. When you asked the first question that you had, does he want to see you and communicate? He definitely does. There's definitely something here, but keep a loving heart, keep an open heart. But definitely you don't have to put your heart, your life on hold for him. Absolutely not. But I would say that if he is somebody that you're interested in, it's definitely going to take some patience, because there's something else going on here that he's just not communicating. And I know that it's frustrating, but I think that it really has to do with just his personal perspective of his situation, whether that's his finances, how he views himself. It could be both. He's just kind of in this funk right now that he hasn't built himself up to be who he expects himself to be, who he, where he should be in this time frame of life, I guess. And he's just not, I don't know. I basically that head and that heart space of being in a relationship. He's very much in that Four of Swords where he's kind of taking the time for himself. So, and these questions are always surrounding the current energy. That doesn't necessarily mean that this can't change down the road. It's possible that this can change tomorrow. It's just this is how things are currently going right now. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel like it probably would be a good idea to kind of put this on hold for a little bit, just because maybe, you know, leave the ball in his court, because it seems like you're interested, but, you know, he's got some things going on right now. But the advice was to just keep an open heart and know that there's something else going on, you know, and I really don't think that it's about you specifically. I definitely think that he has the feelings there for you. Like every time I do a reading, it's like he does have interest in you for sure. So I wouldn't worry about that part of things. It's something else, I think, with him personally. Did you have a second question, or were those kind of like all your questions in one? Gita, thanks for joining in. If you want to know if Pete is the right person, so I'm doing $2 readings tonight. Did you donate, or did you want to donate for that question? Well, maybe he has feelings for you and somebody else. I wasn't really getting that vibe. We didn't really get like you know, a 3 of Cups card or anything like that in any of the readings that have come up, and that's typically my sign that like you know, there's a third party, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't somebody else. Do you want to ask that question, Peach? Do you want to ask a question if, you know, it would be best for you to kind of move on from RS for the time being? Do you want me to ask, is there someone else on RS's mind? Because I think you have a second question, so I can ask. I mean, I don't think that there is, but, you know, we haven't specifically asked that question. You want to know if someone from your past is wanting to come back. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I was going to tell you, Peach. I was like, I don't think that there's anyone else, but we can ask. All right, so I'll ask, is someone from your past wanting to come back? Thanks, Gita. I will take your question next, okay? All right, is someone from Peach's... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Man, these cards want to talk right now. Too many, too many. All right, let's try that again. Is someone from Peach's past wanting to come back? Is someone from Peach's past wanting to come back? You're tapped in, Peach, for sure. This is crazy. All right, if this is somebody that you're thinking of specifically, I'm going to describe kind of what I'm seeing. It's saying to think you're tapped in with this High Priestess card. You've got some intuitive stuff going on here. So we have the Three of Pentacles. That's kind of the first thing that jumps out at me right now. The Three of Pentacles is someone whom you may have worked with in the past. When I say things in the past, I also think of like past lives. So keep in mind this could be that, but also past just in general, like the past of your current life. But I think the Three of Pentacles could be someone you've worked with, someone you met through work, someone you met through someone else's coworker, met at a work event. I don't know, something to do with work probably, because the Three of Pentacles has to do with work in general, teamwork. Maybe there was like a team building something, or like something you did as a group. I don't know. There's just something to do with the Three of Pentacles here that has to do with like maybe you were roommates. I don't know. There's just a group of some sort, a group aspect, a group of friends maybe with the Three of Pentacles here. The High Priestess is basically saying follow your intuition. First and foremost, that is the first thing that came out. If you feel like someone from your past, the fact that you use the words I feel like means you are tapped into your clairsentient, saying that your High Priestess is saying confirmation that if you feel like someone from your past is coming back, that is confirmation that that is what's happening. The Page of Swords is about communication, effective communication, wanting to learn. So with the Page of Swords, I'm thinking that maybe this is somebody from your past whom you had really good conversations with. Someone stimulated your conversation, you the way that you thought, the way that you think. The Knight of Wands is someone who maybe ignited passion. The Nine of Swords is about anxiety and pain. If this is someone who maybe have caused you anxiety and pain in the past. The Nine of Pentacles is feeling very independent and by yourself and in your own independent energy. Eight of Cups is letting go of things from the past, moving forward and moving on. And again, we have the Four of Swords, which is kind of taking time for healing. So I'm kind of describing maybe situations that have happened with this person in the past, or maybe the way that they've made you feel at certain points in time. If this is describing the person that you're thinking of, then I would say this is confirmation. Also at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Nine of Wands, which is someone who's come a very long way, who has gone through a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, who has a lot of wounds, a lot of scars, who maybe has a wall built, maybe the overall energy of how you're feeling right now, and you don't know how you feel about this person coming back into your life because you don't know how you're going to act, how you're going to feel about it. Maybe you're going to have a wall built a little bit. That's the Nine of Wands. So it's like the overall energy. So to say, is someone going to come back from your past? You feel like someone from your past is wanting to come back. The fact that the High Priestess came out first, that makes me feel like yes. That felt like a initial confirmation. First of all, the High Priestess is a yes card right off the bat, but we had a couple other cards that just flew out of the deck immediately, and I just kind of wanted to describe what I was seeing, what these cards kind of jumped out to me as, and I'm just wondering, is this kind of describing the type of person that this person is that you're thinking of that's coming back into your life? Two people who it could be. You can't get a clear picture of. Okay, so we can go a little bit further in depth. Let's see. We have a lot of swords energy. So that could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. We really have all kinds of energy here, to be completely honest. We have cups, swords, wands, and pentacles, but we have mostly swords. So I'm thinking a lot of air energy. The next thing that we have is wands. So it could be like Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. I don't know. I'm thinking it's probably an air sign. What's the High Priestess? I don't know if the High Priestess is... Yeah, the High Priestess doesn't have a sign associated with it. So it's a fire sign. Okay, okay. Yeah, because we have the wands here. We have the Nine of Wands. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Your military days. I love all the heart speech. So, yeah, it could be air energy. It could be fire energy. The thing about those two things is they both go really well together because, you know, fire needs air. Air doesn't necessarily need fire, but those energies just, they go really well together. So I'm thinking that it could be either one of those. I don't know why the Pentacles and the Cups energy just isn't popping out at me too much in this reading. Yeah, I don't think anything else is jumping out at me. Do you have a feeling of who this could be, though? Like, you said the reading sounds more like the Sag. I question it because he stated he doesn't want a relationship, but I don't think that's totally true. Well, I guess we'll just have to see, huh? It's so funny when the High Priestess card comes out because the High Priestess very much to me is like a yes card, but then it's also like, but listen to what your intuition is telling you. So it's almost like a joke to me, like whenever that comes out. I'm just like, is it yes or is it no? Just tell me. I just want to know. Just flat out tell me. It's so funny. Because it like, to me, it could also be like a maybe, you know? Like what you think is going to happen or what you're asking about could like be still in the works, you know? But I don't know. If you think it is, then I think it is too. You don't know an air sign? Peach, what sign are you? Oh, okay. All right, Gita, go ahead with your question. Peach, you're the Gemini. You're the air sign. So you're all the air in that reading. I was like, why is there so many swords in this reading? It doesn't always have to work out that way, but there was like a lot of air energy in there, and I was like, why is that popping out at me? That's so funny. And that's why. That's right, Gita, you did ask that question. I forgot about that. All right. Is he the right person for Gita? Is he the right person? Oh, gotcha. Okay. I must have read that wrong. So funny. There's air energy somewhere in that other reading for sure, though. All right, so let's see here. You are Gemini ascendant, and he's Aquarius sun and Capricorn moon. So he's an Aquarius, and is he the right person for you? I'm having a little bit of struggle seeing this a little bit clearly. There's a lot happening here. So we'll just go card for card. We have the Five of Wands in reverse. The Five of Wands is about conflict and disagreement. And it can be conflict in the reverse as well, but it's more like avoiding that conflict. It's like, if it's upright, it's about having that conflict and having those disagreements and having that tension. But like in the reverse, it's almost like you're not handling those things that need to be taken care of, and you're not handling things directly. The things that are bothering you, you're not being direct about those things. So you're basically, I don't know, agreeing to disagree in a way to just say, okay, let's just move on, but you're still feeling like things are not resolved, if that makes sense. The Page of Pentacles is about wanting a new opportunity, wanting to manifest new things into your life, and wanting to have a new, just wanting to kind of put that way of life in a way behind you. And it's not quite like some of the other cards in a way of like putting things behind you that aren't serving you, but just looking for new opportunity, new potential, things like that. The Tower is a complete shakeup. It's a complete sudden change. Your whole life, just the way things were going, they're just completely suddenly changed, likely unexpectedly. Just everything that you thought you knew, you don't know anymore. It's a complete shakeup, change up, and you just were not ready for it. Usually is how the Tower goes. They consider it, like a disaster, an upheaval kind of in a way. But I also think with the Tower too, especially in this deck, I see it as a positive thing, and kind of like a change that needed to happen, almost like an epiphany or a revelation, especially with like the butterflies, and almost looks like things are kind of coming to life from like a spark of energy with the lightning. And so even though things are changing and things, you may not have been ready for it, and it's kind of a shock to your system, it's something that needed to happen. So we have the World. After this happens, you're feeling better. You're feeling more relief. You're feeling kind of like you're floating, and you're feeling more alive, I should say, and just happier in general. The World is feeling accomplished. Like you actually like finally went through something pretty significant. Like you thought that you weren't going to make it through, and you're kind of feeling like you're on top of things, like on top of the world, kind of. So I'm kind of like seeing this evolution here with these cards. The cards underneath are kind of throwing me a little bit because we have the Eight of Swords. So there's an energy here where there's some self-imposed restriction. So with the Eight of Swords, it's basically like someone's mentally stuck. There's something going on internally where they feel like they're restricted in some way. They're not really stuck. They're not really bound, but they feel like they are. They can't really see. There's like two readings here where they're blindfolded. The Two of Swords is about needing to kind of choose between two things, and you can't really make that decision because you feel like you can't see past that point. And you don't really know which way to go because you can't see. And so you don't really want to make a decision because you don't know how it's going to turn out. So it's kind of like a stalemate in a way because you just don't really want to move forward. You don't want to move back. You don't really move any direction because you don't really know how it's going to go. So you just kind of feel tied. And then we have the Page of Swords. And this coming in reverse has kind of stumped me a little bit, in all honesty. I think that kind of the vibe that I'm getting when I see this is like, because when it's upright, the Page of Swords is kind of like a hasty person, and there's someone who they're kind of immature in a way. And so I'm kind of thinking like in reverse, it may be someone who kind of acts on impulse, or all talk and no action, or I don't know. Yeah, just all talk and no action is kind of just what I'm getting from this. And I don't really know what that pertains to or what that relates to. I'm just getting like a very immature vibe. Like someone was like not delivering on promises or something like that. Broken promises. And then Nine of Pentacles is a very, very independent energy. It's like I'm not able to see past. Let me just read what you've said so far. Hold on. Oh, you said I'm a Gemini sun and descendant. Oh, so you're a Gemini both. Hey, I'm a Gemini too. He recently went through Oh, sorry, the screen just shifted. He recently went through breakup with his ex. I had a breakup too. It's like I'm asking the question, is P the right person for you? And it's like, it's not letting me get past like the breakups that you guys have had. Like, is P the right person for you? It's like you guys are still going through the breakup process or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, am I describing kind of like things that have happened, like either with him and his ex, or like you and your ex, and like you guys are just trying to like heal from that process? Because that's kind of like, I'm having a hard time. And like at the bottom of the deck, the energy is the Ten of Wands, like a heavy burden, feeling like a heavy responsibility or a heavy burden of some sort. And like when I see this Ten of Wands, it's like you're packing up your bags and you're moving on, you know? So it's like asking this question, is P the right person for you? It's almost like I'm having a hard time because you guys haven't made up your mind if you guys want to move forward together. I don't know. Am I on the right path? Have you guys decided to be in a relationship with each other? Is P the right person for Gita? Is P Oh Is P the right person for Gita? Maybe we just had to keep going a little bit. Is P the right person for Gita? Alright, so it's going to be a bit slow moving, I think. Here we go with the Eight of Cups, Seven of Swords. Alright, this is all making a little bit of sense. Once you gain some stability and you guys are able to be more honest and open, okay, so if he recently went through a breakup, good, because that's literally, you said you had a deep conversation recently. Okay, so this is literally what I was just about talking about, okay? These two things. So when you're able to be more honest and open in your communication and not kind of hide how you feel, not hide your true self, when you guys are able to like finally move on and heal from these things with the Eight of Cups, and you guys have a more like stable relationship with each other, more even exchange, then you can have the romance. We have the Knight of Cups here. So asking the question if he's the right person for you, having this card come up is like so amazing, especially in like a budding romance, because the Knight of Cups is the Knight of Shining Armor in the deck. That's just what I refer to it as. It's like the romance card that take you out on dates, the just like when you first date somebody, just like all those feelings, and just like they send you a text and like you immediately smile, and like just like those awesome feelings you get when you first start dating somebody, like that's the Knight of Cups card. It's just a matter of like gaining that perspective and making sure that everyone's fully healed, fully stable before moving on into the next relationship. So it's kind of like take it slow a little bit is kind of what they're saying, but you definitely have that opportunity to have that Knight of Cups. I'm just not able to get that solid, like, you guys are soulmates, you guys are twin flames, or you guys have a divine karmic connection. I'm having a hard time getting that clear answer right now. Yeah, and we have the Emperor here. You guys have the potential to have that stability with the Emperor. The Emperor is all about having stability, having structure, having a solid foundation. So because this came up in your reading, it feels very good to me that you could have a stable, healthy relationship with one another. Please. Yeah, this is everything that keeps popping up is all about new romance, new love, new beginnings, new, like even this Page of Pentacles card is about new relationships. So we have like new opportunity, this is the Fool card. This is about being a free spirit and being like spontaneous and adventurous. And like, this is about like kind of like, and being romance, but kind of a renewal in a way. But it also is kind of giving me the sense of like a new love. It's not specifically meaning that, but that's kind of the sense that I'm getting from the card, like how I feel when I see it. So it all seems very, very new. For some reason, I'm not getting like, so I'm definitely getting, this is a good connection for you. It's not saying that this is your life partner or anything like that. But I guess it's not really how I'm asking the question. It's just a very like curious, energetic, communicative. Look, now we have the same card, just upright and in reverse. But this is different to me in this deck. This is just a very like a fun, curious, energetic, communicative kind of like relationship. Very playful. So you said, I had a few breakups in the past, but scared me a lot ending up with the wrong person again. Yeah, I totally get that. Me personally, I've been through it. I've been through it. What got me through some of it is actually writing poetry, and like, it's been bad. Like I am an empath naturally. I've I guess narcissists are drawn to me, and it's definitely not like the worst that it could have ever been, but it was pretty bad. And I completely understand that sentiment, but at the same time though, you have to like keep your heart open and just let someone prove you wrong, you know? Because it just takes that one person to give you that hope again. The romance is going to happen. They both want to be in new love. It's happening. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely new. Like, I'm just getting that feeling of just new love. It's not going past that, but I just think that that's what you're supposed to know right now. My screen's going to shut off for just a minute, guys, but I'm still here, okay? Hi, Tana. I have one more reading to do for Georgia Peach. She donated for a couple of questions, and then you will be next. Let me know if my camera is back, guys, please. He told me a reason he cheated on his ex because he wasn't happy and his ex wouldn't give him a breakup. Yeah, there was like, when I was doing the reading, there was like a lot of struggle and strife in like that first part of the reading. There was a lot of like energies. Remember I mentioned that earlier. There was a lot of things going on, and it kind of like tortured a little bit. Self-imposed restriction and like feeling torn between two things with the Two of Swords, and like just not, broken promises, and like maybe that was just more so like a reading for him possibly, or like his energies coming through with that question. But I see definitely like a budding romance for the two of you. I definitely think you should come back. Maybe if you guys start talking, more in, even in a couple days, like if I have, come back probably like at the end of the week or something, and see if the energy's changed, because all my readings go off of like the current energy. I kind of would be curious to see how he's feeling about the situation, because to be completely honest, like when you say that he cheated on his ex because he wasn't happy and his ex wouldn't give him a breakup, like I kind of feel like, is there more to that? Because how do you not allow someone to break up with you? You know what I mean? Like, was there something else going on there? You just want to be careful with that kind of stuff. But it's good that he was honest with you, though. Go get your man. Peach is definitely intuitive. If she doesn't read, she definitely needs to start doing some reading. Peach, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead with your questions. And you guys can also, there's a ways for you guys, if you guys are interested, I always say just purchase a deck. Just get your hands on a deck and just see what you feel when you look at the card, what comes to you when you see the image. Just, if you're interested at all, just get yourself a deck. That's just what I recommend. Because you can always learn what it means later, but I think that the best way to learn first is how intuitively first, and then learn the traditional meanings, You're welcome. Awesome. Thank you. Make sure that you subscribe, and then you can always know when I go live. It'll notify you if you hit the notification. That's awesome. My goal at one point, I would love to do a collab with another tarot reader, and we can do readings together for other people. I think that would be really fun. I've seen some tarot readers do that before. You always get the Knight of Swords. Yeah, the one that would make me a little bit nervous is if you got the Seven of Swords. Well, I think you did get the Seven of Swords, but if you were asking what are his intentions? If you ask that specific card, that's a really good question to ask your deck. Is what are his intentions? You should ask that question. And then see, because if you get a Seven of Swords with that, then that's not good. Any kind of behavior that's kind of sneaky, or a Three of Cups where it's multiple people involved, or something along those lines, those are things you want to look out for. But just someone being hasty with the Knight of Swords, which you've gotten, no, you got the Page of Swords with my reading, but I mean, being a little bit hasty, a little bit immature, things like that doesn't necessarily mean someone's a bad person. It just means that they're, young and free-spirited and things like that, and you just have to see, to what level is that something that you want to handle and tolerate. But that can also be a lot of fun, so. Oh, I think that, Tana, Georgia Peach is going to let you go first. So if you want to go ahead and post your question. And then, Peach, after you, I'm actually going to sign off. This was just going to be a quick hop on tonight since it's the weeknight and I do have to work tomorrow. So I'm going to close out after I finish up these readings. You're welcome, Gita. Hope to see you back. Well, Tana Luke, are you here? We're going to let you ask your question next. You said you donated for a question. Okay, Peach, is that someone that you follow? Okay. I just lost my voice a little bit. Yeah, I would love to talk to her and talk about a collab. I think that would be fun. Oh, okay. Peach, I'll stay for you. If you want to hang out, I'm here for you, girl. So I'm not going anywhere until I answer your questions, unless you have to leave. I'm good to stay. I was just saying that I'm just gonna hang out until these ones. Hey, Slay. I know. It's been a while since I've been back. It's been like, I think I've done 3 recently, or this is like my 3rd one in the last couple, like in the last week or so maybe, or the last 2 weeks. But it's been a while. Like, I was gone for, I think, like 2 months. And sadly, I'm about to get off because it's a weeknight and I have to work in the morning. But you feel free to hang out with us for a little bit. I will be back. I'm trying to be back a couple times a week again. I was telling everybody I got a new job full time, and then we were fostering some orphaned kittens for a little while, and when we got them, they were still on formula. And then I got sick for a little while. It wasn't like COVID or anything, but wasn't feeling too great. So like all those things kind of had me out of commission, just trying to like, life. So I'm back and I'm feeling good. All right, Tana wants to know who is my future husband. Okay. All right, Tina. So for that question, there's 2 different versions. The first version, I can tell you what their characteristics will be like in way of like personality traits, or I can tell you what they'll be like in way of physical attributes, like what they'll look like. I have 2 different ways to ask that question, and they both take up about the same amount of time. So if you would like, I can just do physical appearance, or I can do personality and kind of like their chances of like what their like air sign will be, not air sign, zodiac sign will be, and things like that. Like if they're an air sign, water sign, all that good jazz. So let me know if you're more interested in like, you know, what their profession might be, or in what their personality will be like, and things like that nature of like the kind of soul, like the kind of personality the person will be like. If I shuffle and pull the cards and see what comes up, what's going to come up for me if I do that is personality traits and things like that. I have a different way of asking when it comes to physical attributes, which is why I'm asking. I have a different way of shuffling and a different way of asking the question and a different way of like laying out the cards for physical attributes. So I have to do it a different way if you want to know what they'll physically be like. Thanks, Slay. So that's why I'm asking is it's just like I do it two different ways. It's all about intention and the way that you ask the question. So just let me know which one you would like. Okay, look. All right. However I do it. Okay. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll do like a quick version of both so that way you can get a little bit of both. That's what I'll do. Because I go kind of in depth, but let's do both. All right. All right. What is Tina's future husband? Okay. So he's likely going to be a fire sign, which is Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. He is definitely going to be someone for sure that you marry. You said future husband, so that's just confirmation. The Four of Wands is a marriage card. So it's somebody who you're going to be really happy with. This is someone who is probably going to be a soulmate of yours. I see 1111 when I see this card, so it could be a twin flame. It's not a twin flame card for me specifically, but a lot of people see it as a twin flame card. This is someone who's extremely passionate. He's going to have a lot of new ideas, a lot of like inspiration. Things are going to come to him like so easily. He's just going to be maybe a creator. He might be an artist of some sort. If that's not his full-time job, he's just going to be a very creative person and a very passionate person. He's just going to have that spark of energy within him that's just going to be really inspiring and kind of addicting in a way. He's going to be just someone of power and potential, and it's just going to be like this very good energy to be around. I think that he's also going to be someone who's a bit of a free spirit. He's going to want to do a lot of like discovering and exploring and going on adventures, and don't be surprised if he just wants to pick up and go and do something really spontaneous. He's going to have a very like enthusiastic, alluring kind of personality. And I think that's how you're going to know that it's him when you meet him. And that's kind of what's going to draw you to him. It's like this magnetism that is really going to make you drawn to him. So I think that's kind of personality-wise, this is kind of the vibe that I'm getting of this person that you are going to marry. We also have at the bottom of the deck the Emperor. This is someone who is really stable and within themselves. This is someone who has a very solid foundation, a solid structure. They are And by that I mean it's a very healthy way. So having that strength, that silent strength within them, is just somebody that you're really going to be able to lean on. There's just like this authority within them, and like I said, just this structure and solid foundation within them that you're just going to feel like, kind of like he's your rock, basically. And I feel like that's just the vibe that I'm getting from this overall energy at the bottom of the deck. All right, so we're going to do physical real quick. Does that kind of sound like someone you already know? All right, so we're going to do physical appearance. Shan Mona, I'm so sorry. I have to work tomorrow, so I'm kind of wrapping it up. It was just a quick live for tonight. But I'll be back. I'll be back in a few days. It may even be tomorrow. Who knows? I don't know when I'm going to go live again, but it'll be this week, I'm sure. All right. Okay, so I just want to, oh, sorry. I just wanted to let you know that these are usually like 3 out of 4 right. Sometimes they're 4 out of 4, usually. But I want to say they're at least 3 out of 4 correct from my experience. And a lot of the times they've like all been correct every single time. Never have I done this, that I personally have done this, have they ever been less than 3 out of 4 correct. But that's just a disclaimer to just know that I can't guarantee the 100% guarantee. But this is the prediction of the tarot. So this person is going to have black hair. If it's not black, it's going to be like a bold colored hair, like it could be like an ash tone, like silver, or they're going to color their hair of some sort. But if it's a natural color, it's going to be a very dark black kind of hair. As far as eyes, it's going to be blue or gray. So it's going to be like a deeper gray. It could be like a lighter gray color if you guys have ever seen gray eyes, or it's going to be blue eyes. We also have skin tone. We do have a lighter skin tone. When I saw this card, I was thinking like this skin, it could be the skin color of the person on this card, or it could be what I normally go by, which is a more fair, cooler toned skin tone. So either way, this is definitely a cooler toned color. So I'm thinking that it can be a range. In the summertime, they could get more tan, but I'm thinking that this is someone who's going to probably be just a more fair-toned person. And then as far as build, we have a muscular, solid build. Very muscular. Almost brawny. Just really solid. Really muscular. Now I'm going to do... You said you want to know if this person, if you know this person already, to close out the reading. Okay, I'll ask that question. And then it'll be Georgia Peach's turn. Does Tanya know this person already? You do not know this person already. It's most likely not. The Six of Swords to me is a no. It can be a possible you know this person already, but I would say if you're going by the description that I gave, if this doesn't sound like someone you know, I would say you probably don't. You said you like blue and gray eyes. He might be. It's very possible. But I would say he might be like more on like the fair skin tone, possibly, if he is. Sounds like a very good looking person. You said you're blue and gray eyes? Wow. But like I said, those are usually like at least 3 out of 4, sometimes 4 out of 4. So the skin tone could be wrong. It's possible. All right, Peach, go ahead with your question. Sorry, John. Everyone who's coming in and wanted to have a reading tonight, I'll be back this week, I'm sure. Just go ahead and subscribe if you would like to know whenever I go live, and it will notify you if you hit the notification bell as soon as I go live. I'm usually on longer than this. I've been on for about an hour and a half. I'm usually on for like 2.5, 3 hours at a time at least. It's just weeknights. I can't be on that long because I do work full time. You're welcome. So I'm definitely on, I try to be like every single Saturday. I know this Saturday I'm babysitting my nephew and taking their family portraits, pictures or whatever they're called, outside. So this Saturday I probably won't be on, but that's why I'm trying to do a couple readings during the week. So I'm going to try to be on probably, I would say, what's today, Tuesday? Definitely before the weekend, at least one more time. And then I'll be back on again next week. So most Saturdays or Friday nights, I've been trying to get on. And then this week I'm trying to get on during the week just because I probably won't be on Saturday. I want to keep it consistent for you guys. But that's why I always recommend just hitting that notification bell because it should notify you every time I go live. You said it does sound like someone you know, but he's an ex? Oh, man. It sounds like when the card came out, it sounded like it was more like a no. To me, immediately it was just like no. But it is a maybe card. So it says maybe. It says possibly. I want to go with no. I think this is someone in the future. Intuitively, I think it's someone that you haven't met yet. Personally, it's what I feel. Okay. Does DW want to reconnect with Peach and Love? Does DW want to reconnect with Peach and Love? He's thinking about it. Maybe that's why you're picking up on it. He's like putting it out there, you know? What I say, he's thinking about it. Do we remember this card? Is this your fire sign? You said fire sign, right? Aries? Yep. And this card was in your last reading. Okay, so this is someone from your past. I can't remember. Did you say this is an ex of yours? Or is this just someone that you've known from the past? Because we do have the Three of Swords. And this typically indicates someone whose heart has been broken in the past, likely from a relationship in the past. It's heartbreak, heartache, but typically things that in reverse, it's something that we have not gotten over. Also, I want to point out this card fell out underneath the Two of Swords. Can I tell you something crazy that's happened? Peach, when you came in at the very, very beginning of this reading, it was just you and me in here. I was shuffling. And as you were saying you're going to donate, and you want to ask some questions, things like that, this card came out of the deck as I was shuffling. It's the only card that fell out. I don't know if it fell out on camera. It might have. You could always go back and check. But I said, I bet you, in my mind I was thinking, I bet you this card has to do with Peach. But I didn't say anything because I was like, you know, who knows? It could just be a fluke. It could just be it just shuffled out. But this card has come up again now in this reading. So I'm a little bit blown away. I'm kind of glad that you started asking these questions about this person because I feel like this was kind of foreshadowing this question that you have in place. Because at the very beginning, like I said, it was just you and me in the chat, and I was shuffling, and this card just fell flat out onto the table. And I was like, I wonder what that's about. I wonder why that card came out. Because that really doesn't happen unless I'm asking a question. And it was just you and me in here, so it had to have been about you. But anyway. So the Three of Swords, I'm going to start here. This is someone who hasn't really been able to let go of that heartache and pain, and they're wanting to release it, you know? They're wanting to move on from this. They're wanting to just because typically the Three of Swords, when it's upright, the traditional sense has swords inside the heart. And when it's in reverse, it's like they want to let the swords go, right? They want to release this pain. She's wanting to let this go. I think there's like a balloon. She wants to cut these strings here, she or he, and just let this float away, you know, just with these screams, just let this pain and this heartache go and just have more optimism, have more forgiveness. So with the Three of Swords, it's someone who hasn't been able to do that, but is wanting to do that, wanting to move on. So we have someone who's definitely thinking about wanting to reconnect with you in love. You've definitely been on RS's mind, thinking about you here with the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is about appreciation and celebrating someone and really just thinking about, in a way, kind of admiring someone or adoring someone, or like when you have been thinking about someone a lot in a very positive way, you kind of put them up on a pedestal. So like this person's kind of on stage and you're kind of just thinking them in the spotlight in a way. So he's kind of got like this spotlight on you, thinking about you for sure. I wouldn't say stepping out and saying, oh, I'm going to make this move necessarily, but I would say it's definitely on his mind. He's definitely thinking about those possibilities. What would happen? What would happen if we reconnected? What could this life be like together? This is more confirmation here that we're talking about this Aries. This is the card that came out in the last reading that we had, as well as it is a Wands card, so that is a fire sign. So we have Nine of Pentacles. This is someone who's just living their best life, in their best energy, just doing what they want. We have, it's kind of an independent energy, I will say, kind of a single energy. So maybe he's considering, you know, do I want to be with someone? Do I want to continue on the way that I am? I'm going to read what you're saying so far. If he is still here in Georgia, he is in 11. Oh, he's an hour and a half away. Yes, I often can tell who I'm picking up on with RS and VW. They are one and the same. And that's a lot of times, like, when people are putting out those energetic thoughts out there, it's just like you're not even, like, thinking about this person, and they're, like, heating up some spaghetti, and you're like, wait, what? And you know what I mean? Like, those thoughts, they just come in for no reason. And then you're like, okay, they must have been sending out some vibes to me like that they're thinking about me. And I think that's what you're picking up here, especially with those High Priestess cards coming out in that last reading and the reading before that. So I definitely think, because we have the Nine of Pentacles here, I don't think the move has been made. I don't think that this person's like, oh, I want to be with this person or anything like that, or be with you per se. I just think that it's on his mind for sure. We're still kind of closed off to new opportunities. We're still in that single energy, but we definitely want to release and forgive and move forward. Because we have the Two of Swords, he's not really, and when I say move forward, I mean by forgiving, by like having that optimism and kind of like releasing any like past, anything between the two of you. But with the Two of Swords, I just feel like he's not making a move right now. I really do feel like this is all kind of daydreaming. I wouldn't be really surprised if like the Seven of Cups or something like that came out here if I kept shuffling, because I feel like this is all kind of in his mind. So you said, yeah, he's an ex. I often feel like I will, and my voice is doing that thing again, and I'm just like, what are these guys in your life doing that they can't communicate how they feel about you? Because my throat chakra is always doing this. Yeah, an ex, I often feel like I will have to pick between the two. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, this card right here, this is blowing my mind. I actually want to play back the beginning of the video because I'm curious if it got on screen. I swear to you, it happened. I'm pretty sure it was on camera when it happened too. So it's like a foreshadowing from like the beginning of it to the end. But as far as wanting to be with you in love, he's definitely considering it, especially with this Ten of Pentacles card. This is like the family card, this is the end of life happiness and goals, and it's just that family card. It's just that marriage, the children, the pets, that end of life, like, happiness that you want to share with someone. So when you think about, is this person, like, when when a guy thinks, is this person wifey material, he's thinking, is this person this card, And so he's obviously thinking of you in this way. He just feels like he's daydreaming about that established connection and, like, overall, like, foundation with you. Things did not end well. Oh, so, that could be what this is all about. You know what I mean? Like, the Three of Swords is such a powerful card to me. I just, especially in this deck, I mean, the pain and just, it's such an incredible card. It's like every time I see it, I just feel it so deep down inside. And it's just such a powerful card. And so, like, whenever I see it come up in the deck, whether it's like reverse or upright, it doesn't matter to me. I know that something significantly painful has gone on within the relationship, that a lot of hurt's gone on, and I feel like, maybe he's just not past that, and he, like, wants to be able to get that forgiveness. But I just don't think he's there yet to approach you about that or have that conversation. But he's definitely thinking about it. With the Two of Wands, it means we haven't made the step forward to do so. We're thinking about it, but we haven't actually taken that step forward to do that. Yeah. They suck at communication. I hear that. I definitely think it was a foreshadowing of the significance of this reading, is that it was almost like telling me, keep going. Like, if Peach has more questions, keep going, because it was almost like, when cards fall out, it's like saying that this person needs to know something. That's kind of what I was feeling at the beginning of the reading. Like, why would that card flip over? And I was thinking, okay, there must be something that Peach needs to know about this card specifically, but I didn't know what it pertained to. And I didn't know if it was about you specifically, if it was going to just be about the collective of everyone that comes in here. So I didn't want to say anything because I didn't ask a question. So I didn't know who it pertained to. I just put it back in the deck. But when I was shuffling just now and seeing that card come out, I was like, oh wow, okay, it's all making sense and coming together, that that card for sure pertains to you. Hey, NN. Thank you for coming in and joining us. I just want to let you know our list is closed. My mod is letting you know that right now as I'm talking. For tonight, it is closed for the evening, but if you would like to subscribe, I would be really grateful. If you hit the notification bell, it will let you know every single time that I go live. You're welcome. Peach, did you have any other questions? Oh, wow. That's insane. See, Peach, you've got something going on. I'm telling you right now, like, whether it be tarot, whether it be like energy healing, or just, I don't know, like, I don't know. There's just a reason for your ability and your intuition, and like, I hope that you explore that a little bit more because that's really cool. for sure. Absolutely. Yep. Once he decides to make the commitment, things will move fast. Knight of Swords is all about quick movements, fast movements, haste. Things moving quickly. We have the Nine of Cups as well, which is about wishes being fulfilled. Living in your comfort, living in luxury, just overall being fulfilled. And I love the Nine of Cups because it's just this having all of your cups full and just having all of your like wishes just come true. And so when asking about the life that you'll have together, that's kind of just the overall energy here. We do have the Eight of Cups in reverse, which can mean like walking away from something. But to me, I feel like it's more like walking away from the struggles, the things that have blocked the situation. You guys have been going through things that have been stopping you guys from being together, and to me, I kind of see this as just walking away from things that are blocking the situation, things that aren't serving your relationship, and just kind of stepping out of that kind of mindset. Especially when it's surrounded by a lot of wonderful cards. The Death card is also about transitions and moving forward. So like endings and beginnings, change and transformations. So that paired with this cards, it just kind of means like putting the past in the past and kind of moving forward. We have the Fool, which is about beginnings. So that kind of coming together next to the Death card. New beginnings, being a free spirit, being spontaneous, you know, your life together, it just looks very fresh and renewed. We have the Queen of Wands. This is also another fire situation. I can't remember what you said RS was, but I'm getting like some fire energy here as well. The Queen of Wands is Leo sign, but it's also just, it can just be a fire sign in general. You said there's a message for Luna, Moon, something she needs to know about her Scorpio. Whatever it is really good. I've been trying to reach her to get on this live. Oh, interesting. And then we also have the Page of Pentacles, which is about new opportunity, new potential. And then kind of manifesting what it is that you want. And you literally said, this is what I've decided. This is what's going to happen. And when it happens, this is how it will be. And it's almost like as soon as you spoke those words, what just happened? It's insane. So I really feel like you're a really good manifester. It's almost like you feel what it is that you're saying, and I feel like that's why you can manifest what you want, because as soon as you feel it, as soon as you literally tie it to your emotion, and you make it happen. We have the World, which is about completion, feeling complete, feeling accomplished. It can also mean travel as well, but I don't know. I'm just feeling more like you just feeling things coming full circle, kind of like seeing your manifestation happen, seeing you feel fulfilled, seeing everything come together, and then just really seeing things tie in with exactly how you wanted things to go. That's kind of like the world, the circle that I'm kind of seeing. So it's kind of the vibe I'm getting with the life that you guys are going to have together. Just overall feeling fulfilled. Once it happens, like you said, it's going to happen quickly. A lot of new beginnings, new hope, new potential. You guys are, you always pick up that he'll have you comfortable financially. I wouldn't doubt it. I need to show you what that card looks like with my Lightseers deck. It's even more abundance, I guess I should say, than that card. Peach and RS is life together. Peach and RS. That Knight of Wands keeps trying to come through. I don't know what is going on. Okay, so much wand energy. It's like crazy. This relationship's really passionate. We have a lot of fire energy, so we have a lot of creativity, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of social. It's like a social life. A lot of celebrating. You're gonna get like a lot of like compliments and appreciating one another. And then we have a lot of good communication, effective communication, believe it or not, considering that's not really what you have now. We definitely have an expansion. When I see this card, I'm thinking you guys are going to expand. You asked about kids. It's going to happen. You're definitely going to have at least one. When I see this, I'm thinking expanding of the family. Three of Wands, I see at least one kid. I see you having at least one child, for sure, with this card coming out. My camera's going to go out for just a second, okay? But I'm still here. All right, Peach, I think you had one more question. Is that right? This is the Nine of Cups in the light seers. It's like, this is the one I was talking about. It's even more extravagant. That's the life I want right there. I need to meditate with this card. I need to like manifest with this card. Look at how amazing. Hey, hon, how many rounds do you have left of that game?
A few more.
Okay, because I've got one more question and then I'll be done.
Okay, I should be done by then.
Okay. You think it will be a boy? I think if I have a kid, it's going to be a girl. My whole family thinks so. They won't even like think about it being a boy for some reason. They're just like, I'm ready for my niece. I'm ready for my granddaughter. I don't know why. I guess they just can't see me having anything but a girl. It's so funny. And I really think because they keep saying that and they've been saying that for so long that they're literally manifesting that into existence, and that's probably what I'm going to end up having because they said that. Hey Peach, does Luna Moon do tarot readings? I was trying to find her since she's my mod. And I'm trying to like follow some of my people back, but for whatever reason YouTube doesn't show me everybody that follows me, and I just didn't know because I know that she knows some stuff about tarot. I just didn't know if she was a reader. This reading is crazy. Peach, did you have one more question? I know that you donated 3 times, but we kind of like I kind of did extended readings for you, but I just didn't know if you had another. Oh, you were getting it for Luna? You think the Scorpio has a message for her? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you said if you want, we can wait on her to be here. No, let's go ahead and do it for her, and we'll timestamp it. So you said the Scorpio has a message for Luna Moon. I don't know why, I just had like the feeling to clear this energy out for some reason. So I'll word it, what is the message from the Scorpio to Luna Moon? Does that sound okay? I know, I think so too. Okay. Yes. They are this deck. I don't really grab to this deck too much because I haven't worked with it too often lately, but I was called to it. I don't know why, and if I get called to do it, then I just grab it because, you know, you just have to go with your intuition with these things. So we're going to start with the tarot. Messages from the Scorpio to Luna Moon. So let's check out the timestamp here. I have, if you want to go with the shuffling, you could probably start at like 2:01, maybe, something like that. I don't know exactly, somewhere around there. But the reading will start about 2:04, 45, something like that. 2 hours, 4 minutes, 45 seconds. So we have Fool, Nine of Wands, Two of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. We also have the Page of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Ten of Wands, High Priestess, and Five of Cups. With the message from the Scorpio to Luna Moon, first, what's being called to me is the Nine of Wands. I'm definitely feeling like the message here is I'm still guarded. I'm still feeling like I can't fully communicate how I feel, but there are feelings there. There are feelings that are really deep, actually, because we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is a very intense, immediate, I think I said intense connection, but I'm saying it twice maybe for a reason. The Two of Cups is also my card of significance for a twin flame connection. It's a unified love, and it's an immediate attraction and partnership and relationship, and it's just such a beautiful connection between two souls. I think that with this message, there's something about something new, starting something new with the Fool. It's the first card of the Major Arcana, and it's about the beginning. We also have the Seven of Pentacles, wanting to make something grow, wanting to plant seeds to create something here. So we have that kind of energy going. We have more energy of new opportunity, new potential, new maybe even manifesting here with the Seven of Pentacles. So with these two cards combined, kind of creating this momentum and trying to kind of put these things out there. I also got the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups can sometimes mean a third party involvement of some sort. I'm not sure if there's a love triangle, but I did ask for clarification, and I got Five of Cups, and Five of Cups is usually about loss or sorrow or heartache or feeling like defeated or upset or sad about something, just maybe some kind of regret or disappointment. And I asked this for a clarifier on top of Three of Cups, and Three of Cups is typically about feeling very happy and feeling a community and a friendship and like a really happy vibe and coming together. And so for this to be clarifying this card, it's almost like these are complete polar opposites. This is coming together and feeling community and feeling happy and celebrating, and this is like feeling lost and defeated and alone. So this clarifying this is kind of like, to me, feeling like maybe he was looking for some kind of connection and maybe feels regretful of this. That's kind of what I'm picking up. You have to fill in the blanks because I'm not quite sure. We have a heavy burden here of some sort and maybe feeling... Sometimes when I see this card, I feel like packing up and walking away. I don't really feel that when I see this card. There's just something weighing heavy on him, and maybe this is weighing heavy on him. Maybe it has to do with these two things. And maybe trying to find a way to connect, reconnect, void this out, cancel this out, come together and create this community. Not community, but this connection. We also have the High Priestess, which is about following your intuition, following your gut, following that inner knowing and that consciousness within you. And you may have it, Luna Moon, but I also know that Peach got this reading for you and know that she felt like you had a message. So I think that this also has to do with Peach right here. I'm not going to lie. She felt that Scorpio had a message for you. We also have demonstrate love. Find out what's important to those you love and act on it. So this message coming through is, I think that what he's trying to do is find a way to connect to you in some way. He's saying, I'm going to try to figure out a way to connect to you. Another message coming through from the Scorpio, I love you. We also have some messages for you. Have you answered your deepest calling? These are messages for you. Longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. So this card is reminding me of the Three of Cups. Longing for home, belonging, the originals. So I'm kind of thinking like longing for home and belonging. Maybe he feels like he has a connection with you and that you are home to him. I think Scorpio is a him. I'm not sure. I'm just going with that. Maybe he feels like a deep connection to you, and that's kind of why that card is coming through. The calling, I think, is just him trying to warrior up and try to find the confidence to tell you these things. Because like I said, we are still guarded here with the Nine of Wands. We also have, if you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? And so it's possible that maybe we just need, I don't know what your connection is with the Scorpio, or if there's a way for you to make them know that you're open to receiving whatever it is that they want to offer to you. But I think that if they knew that you would be like a reciprocating end and very responsive to what it is that they were offering or whatever it is they were saying, I think that it might be easier for them to open up. We also have, it's coming together, intuitive hits. So we have a confirmation here with the High Priestess with this card. And we have Soul Tribe. And I think this is also a really awesome card here just for Luna Moon and Georgia Peach. I think this is just your connection between the two of you. I think you guys have a really good friendship. I don't really think this has to do with specifically the Scorpio, but I think it's saying it's all coming together. She said you had a message. I think you need to trust in that. It's saying that she's having intuitive hits and trust your soul tribe, that you guys have this, you guys have a connection within each other. And that you guys have just this soul connection, and I think that's really beautiful. So that's a separate message for you two. But everything else, I think something to take away from this are these two messages here. This deep romance connection, I love you, and twin flame, Two of Cups connection. And then also that we're trying to build up and manifest something here. Like a new manifestation, trying to have a sense of renewal. I think regrets being with his soon-to-be ex. Oh, that would make sense. I was so confused. I was like, why would there be celebration and coming together and connection being clarified by loss and regret? You think he regrets being with his soon-to-be ex. That makes sense. And he feels a heavy burden. Okay, that makes sense to me. Thank you for clarifying that. Longing for home. So yeah, I feel like he just feels this connection with you and that you are that connection for him. And he's not answering his deepest calling. He's not warrioring up just yet. You know, but he's working on it. I think this is his message, is that he's working on this. Because he does have feelings for you, so. That is what I have for you, Luna Moon. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. But I need to get going. I have other things to get done tonight, but it was a pleasure as always. I appreciate your support. Peach, let her know it was the last reading of the video. Because for whatever reason, my timestamps are 2 different times. I don't know what's going on. But YouTube said it started when I told you, so I'm hoping that that's how it matches up when the recording starts. Slate, absolutely. You know my mods get free readings, so next time I hop on, I will definitely get you, I promise. I'm so sorry that my list closed before you even got on. Otherwise, I would have done a reading for you, I promise. Oh, I'm glad we did too. Thank you for the support, Peach. You're the best. And don't forget to email me if you still wanted to. If you didn't jot down the email address at the beginning, it's on my About Me section on my YouTube profile. All of my social media and email and all that stuff is in there. So